did get to turn 1 Alpine Moontron in our second game, and it definitely won me the game. I mean, not only did I manage to not get terrible matchups though, but like I was playing a deck that didn't have a large chance of getting terrible matchups. Like the blue-red deck has a chance in most matches of Magic. Yeah, this deck looks sweet. It's got some disruption. It's very possible that we should have some more 1-mana discard in our 75, but like we've got Tidehollow Sculler and we got Damping Sphere. Shady JB, thank you for the 2 months. Congrats on the top 8. Thanks for the support. Mana Leak was pretty mediocre. I think I would go like I said. My updated list has 4 remands in it and just 2 spell snares to just trim back on the Mana Leaks. Yeah, right. You're not wrong. 8 bolts and 4 Snapcaster Mages to back them up. It gives you a lot of game and a lot of matchups. We do theoretically have 8 Dark Confidants. When's my next article? I should have a preview of the article posted in the subs Discord late tonight after I finish writing it, and then it should get published on Wednesday. We have 2 copies of Modern Staple Night Market Lookout, so how could we possibly mulligan? This Pain Seer is kind of sweet art. I love these like full art cards with them transparent through the back. Like we have whip braids like this too. Really love the design on these. If you're only able to afford 1 deck, well then you should play that deck. Honey, how do you get into mine if you can only afford 1 deck? Play that deck? I don't know. Is this a trick question? Yeah, looking like Scape Shift out of the opponent so far. I mean, top 8, this stream isn't about top 8 in the open. This stream is about the memes and the dreams that they generate, chat. Courser of Crewfix, rude. Molten. Okay, so we're playing against Ponza. We're not playing against what's it called? So I'm gonna go ahead and path this. And I'm gonna fetch up basic planes and play Pain Seer, I think, here. Best Stifle Bird play, countering a lethal exalted trigger on a creature that was otherwise unblockable, and then untapping and killing their infect creature with the burn spell that I ripped. I think if you genuinely feel Humans is too good of a deck, that banning Cavern of Souls probably isn't unreasonable, but honestly, Humans is like fine. Leave it alone. Neckfire, thank you for the 2-month free subscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. No, I wanted to path so I could get in the point of damage. We're an aggro deck, chat, so I just want to be as aggressive as possible. Yeah, I think, for the record, I think Humans being the best deck in Modern is good for the format. I think it's the type of deck that you want to be good in the format. Man, look at this. This is actually just good deck building here. This is just actually good clean living. I'm gonna go ahead and attack Harvester here. Probably gonna give this lifelink. This does give them a window to attack with the Stormbreath Dragon, but I think I'm okay with that. I would not be surprised, Neckfire, if there are limitations that Google and Apple impose for sending Prime stuff through that way. Both of those companies have very strict ways about things about how they allow people to transfer money using their applications and their platforms. Okay, this is actually kind of sweet with the cars and stuff. We actually have a good number of swamps in our deck too, so... I think I'm actually just going to play another Aethersphere Harvester here, huh? Yeah, am I going to play Lingering Souls? No, I'm going to play Lingering Souls. I think I'm going to go ahead and attack with both of these. If you're on mobile, the Stream Decker on mobile doesn't always update currently. It's definitely still in testing. I got you, Moro. Thanks, GDO. If they don't have a sweeper or a bolt here soon, we're going to be in a pretty good spot. They're getting very low. Like, we're drawing a lot of cards and have a lot of reach. I was a little bit weary of these Aethersphere Harvesters when I was looking at the deck list, but in practice here, they're kind of awesome. We're trying to dodge, like, Sweltering Suns and stuff here. Losing the planes feels a little bit bad, but is what it is. Okay. Dum da dum da dum da 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 da. What's going on, Breeding Pool? Yeah, I'm going to Gen Con this weekend with my wife. So I can't stream Thursday and Friday this week because I'm going to be gone. So I'm going to be doing 8 hours today, tomorrow, and Wednesday to get in almost as many hours as I usually do. All right, so I don't even know if this is a Fragmentize matchup. Celestial Purge seems fine. Brutality seems bad. Honestly, I kind of like our main deck here. I guess more Lingering Souls is probably okay. They block a decent amount. I don't know that I really want push. How do we feel about trimming Bloodghast? Because not only are our fetch lands off, but they have a hard time attacking into like Courser of Crufix and their other larger creatures. Yeah, Rich. And honestly, so like the reason why the Blue-Red Wizards deck is so great is because it's a controlling deck that can kill people when it needs to kill people. That's why that deck is good. I'm going to bring in 2 Fatal Pushes and just leave one of these. This leaves me 21 creatures plus Lingering Souls. I think that's fine. You have plans. You have plans for Gen Con, less Magic. Yeah, I don't plan to play any Magic at Gen Con. I only play constructed, and the only thing that sounds worth playing at Gen Con are the beta draft qualifiers, and those aren't really my forte. Maybe I should have fetched basic Pain Seer, because they could Blood Moon me on 2. Very possible I should have fetched basic Pain since I drew the swamp. I mean, starting switching to KCI, is this a good idea? Considering the amount of people asking for it. And predicting what Wizards of the Coast is going to ban is an impossible task. I do think if Wizards of the Coast was going to ban anything, they're going to ban Ancient Stirrings. And banning Ancient Stirrings doesn't kill KCI as a deck. It just makes it less obnoxious. So, I think if you are worried about them banning the deck into unplayability, I think it's very unlikely that they make the deck unplayable. But I wouldn't be surprised if they potentially made it slightly worse at some point. Do we do nightclubs? No, we're very boring. We're planning to demo board games and play Pokemon Go at Gen Con. Those are our plans. Demo board games, play Pokemon Go. It's a pretty good start from the opponent on the play here. We're very casual Pokemon Go players. I think I'm level 27. But I liked my White Source opponent. Alright, well I get to attack here. I'm gonna shock this in. I think I'm gonna path this turn. Yeah, Pokemon Go, it's just like, it's nice to just like go out and walk around when the weather's nice. And like Pokemon Go, it's like geocaching used to be, right? It's just like, it's like taking a walk with a purpose. This is an Inferno Titan. We'll probably just pack it in. Drag Tusk. Alright, that one's probably beatable. Have these Lingering Souls to chump. I think I'm going to path Pia here. Just don't want them shooting down my stuff. Definitely a little bit behind here, but if we find like a vehicle, even Path to Exile's not a terrible draw here. Get some souls out here. We only have one basic Plains in the deck, right? Yeah, we've been Stone Rained off of that one. As a lover of fair and interactive Magic, I don't think there would not be many tears shed over Tron players getting kicked. And like the idea that like you can't hurt other decks to ban the busted card out of the best deck is silly. Like there's Storm's the reason Ponder isn't legal, and we don't hear people talking about how blue-white, like, you know, just like good cantrips make for worse games of Magic, in my opinion. They make the formats, the games overly redundant and lack variety by and large. Yeah, the Eye of Ugin ban killed Tron, right? People like to overstate. I don't think any of the decks that currently exist with Ancient Stirrings would stop being decks if Ancient Stirrings was banned. I think New Sarkhan could be okay in Big Red. I hate Scred Dragons. I think it's mediocre. I think it's clunky. I think it's not particularly interactive. I think Blood Moon, it's like Ponza. Blood Moon means you're going to win some games of Magic, even though the deck is clunky, but... Alright, well, we're taking this Utopia Sprawl, and then we're Fatal pushing this Arbor Elf, and we're hoping to get under them a little bit here, I think. If we draw a third land next turn, we'll be able to go Dark Confidant plus push, and then be in a pretty reasonable spot. Scavenging is pretty annoying. I think Jund performed better than Mardu because Magic's a high variance game. I don't think any of those fair decks are particularly good in the first place. That's part of Magic. It's part of the game. It's what you're signing up for. Some of the most interesting games of Magic you'll play are the ones where you don't have enough resources, or the ones where you have too many, and it's about constructing decks in a way to minimize that resource variance. Magic gives you a lot of good tools, especially in formats like Modern, to minimize that variance. It's like the people that keep... That's funny, Nivik. It's like the people that keep suggesting we should cut lands from the deck that I've been playing, the Delver deck. It's like, well, no, the creature lands means you stumble and die less, and it means when you flood out, you have something to do. Like, people like to make bad deck building decisions and then write off those bad deck building decisions as something being outside of their control when those decisions cost them matches of Magic. At least in my opinion, that's the experience I've had interacting with a lot of people in Magic over the years. Blue-white control and Jeskai control doing bad should not have surprised anybody. That's reasonable. Non-proactive decks are generally not good in Modern. That's not a new thing. That's basically how it's always been. What Modern decks do I think are good in Modern? All of the deck lists on my website under the Proven section are decks that I think are good in Modern. I've got a few more that I need to add there still. I think we're probably pretty dead here. I can't realistically, like, race through this PN Cure and Nalar. Ad Nauseam's okay. It's like a fringe combo deck at this point, basically. We unfortunately cannot path or purge that, so it's going to be the game. At that link, Nexus. At that link. Okay, so here's my little data rant. If you haven't heard it before, welcome to We Go. We can't actually know which decks are good objectively. The only way we can know decks are good are through subjective feelings of experienced players telling you what they do and don't feel. And in my copious amounts of experience playing Modern for 30 to 40 hours a week, and for many years prior to doing this, I don't think Jeskai or Blue-White are good decks in Modern. Decks that can't close consistently fall short in Modern. And if I had objective data to back myself up with, I'd show that. But objective data for showing that doesn't exist in one direction or the other. And the people that are trying to do random things like collecting bad, impartial, submission bias data from people playing Grand Prix and then like drawing these big spouting conclusions from it, those people are unreasonable. They're taking data that's very flawed and then trying to draw very strong conclusions with it. Or if the people who aren't presenting it aren't trying to draw strong conclusions, other people glancing at it are. I get that there was this big post on Reddit about this farmed data that said like blue-white control was absurd, but that data is bad and it's incomplete. And while it might be absurd, we can't objectively know that. And in my experience, my personal subjective experience, I think it's not. It's consistently underwhelming in my experience. All right, please don't show me a bunch of lightning bolts. Please don't show me a bunch of lightning bolts. Please don't show me a bunch of lightning bolts. Okay. Okay. What does that mean? I think that means I want damping spheres and surgical extractions. I think that means I want these. Right? What do we think? What do we think? Damping spheres and surgical extractions, 10 out of 10. Think I'm gonna cut these 3 drops. Click submit. I think this is what I want to do. This is an educated guess based on like knowledge of decks that could be in the format. They could be Storm, or they could be Gristlebrand, or they could be Hollowed One. And I think Damping Sphere is like good against like 2 of those 3. They could be some kind of random brew too, but I think combo decks are much more likely to concede to a Thoughtseize there than a fair deck would. All right, please be a deck that cares about surgical extraction. Our opponent has mulligan to 4. Gosh, just... You want to know? You want to know how you 13-0 the Swiss of a large tournament chat? Are you here for my tournament secrets? Your opponent's conceding to your Thoughtseize and then mulliganing to 4 and conceding the match. It's a good way. It's a good way to get there. It's a good way to get there. We're waiting for the 3rd match in this league to pop. I'd just like to thank everyone for hanging out here today. Welcome. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time stream, meme, content producer here on Twitch. I'm here streaming Magic, mostly Modern, generally 30 plus hours a week. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full-time. I would not be here without the very generous support from all of them. Speaking of, Kino, thank you for the 5-month resubscription. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Past subscribing to support my stuff, you can check out some of my very wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com. Would love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. Honey is a free browser add-on that when you install it using link bit.ly/HoogelHoney, you'll be supporting my content here at absolutely no cost to yourself. So if you're someone that'd like to support my stuff but can't afford to donate money, definitely be sure to install this sweet browser add-on via that link. What Honey does is actually quite excellent. When you're shopping online, Honey looks at stuff that you have in your shopping cart and then searches automatically for coupon codes to save you money on things you're buying anyways. So be sure to check them out. Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Christy and I have been sleeping with Lisa for the last 8 weeks now, and we truly enjoy it. Lisa provides foam mattresses. I don't think we'd ever go back to a traditional pillow top. You can save $160 or more on your new foam mattress with Lisa by checking out links bit.ly/HoogelBedUS and bit.ly/HoogelBedCA. And of course, we'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hoaglandia. Welcome. Happy Monday, folks. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Be sure to talk to your friendly neighborhood moderator about receiving your complimentary timeout. And welcome, Bruce Pye. I think I missed saying good morning to you. Hope you're having a good one. It's funny. It really makes me appreciate how much nicer the foam mattress is when I go somewhere else. I actually didn't realize how nice or how big of a change the mattress was until we had spent a weekend at my mother-in-law's house on her regular mattress. Oh no, chat. Oh no. Oh no. Remember Remember that time we had 3 Dark Confidants in our hand and our opponent played Monastery Swift Spear on 1? Do we... What... I'm just assessing here for a moment. I am we have 4 Night Market Lookout. We have Aethersphere Harvester. They didn't give us Collective Brutalities, chat. You're the worst, Harlan. All right, let's skip to the next one. We're gonna play all 5. A 23-pound cat. So again, you know, I do think not having a bunch of... You actually have to click the X on the league window, Zach. If you click the X on the league window, it presents you a concede match option. I think not having 4 Collective Brutalities in the 75 is probably a mistake. You know, everyone who's watched the stream knows I'm pretty high on that card, and being so good against burn is one of the reasons why I like it so much. Four more days until my username goes back. Bump JAC to 100 to get it played today. If not, next, please. Sounds good, Nivik. I don't know that it qualifies for Meme Monday, Nivik. Is JAC a meme? What do we think, chat? Does JAC qualify for Meme Monday? It probably does, right? I think it might be too good. I think it might be too good. I think it might be too good. Thank you for this. Nivik, are you okay with us starting with it tomorrow? I feel like it doesn't qualify for Meme Monday. Meme Monday is supposed to be the one. God damn it. All right, we're gonna play this time. I have the Harvester in my opener. Sounds good, Nivik. Thanks for the support. Did they not attack into my creature that can't block? There's a Google form under the stream. Is that the thing? Yeah, there you go. There's the Google form link. Can you fill that one out, Bruce Spy? Ink Treader Nephilim. Why is this card good? That is a heck of a JAC build. JAC is a meme in my heart. It definitely does that. The Eternal Witnesses are kind of funny. There's Summoners packs in this deck. All right, this is a weird build of this deck. That build would definitely qualify as a meme. I think my normal good build is pretty reasonable, though. I just play decks when they get to the top of my queue, chat. I just play decks when they get to the top of my queue. It's a very, very simple, easy to understand system. Dollars go in, decks come out. Well, the person that had donated previously for the JAC that's already in the queue has donated explicitly for my variation of the deck because they're learning to play it. So I think swapping to a meme build would be unreasonable. Hey, Detroit. Yeah, maybe. I don't know that I'm going to add too many more paper events to my calendar. It's just very expensive and time-consuming to get out and play paper. I made a small profit this weekend, so I didn't lose money, so that was nice. I was expecting to just, like, light $300 on fire this weekend. So, like, having not lit $300 on fire is upside. When I've made more streaming, probably a pretty similar amount. All right, so this is basically gaining me 6, right? Because actually it's gaining me like 9 because they're gonna heal. Oh, they're giving double strike. Okay, so I gained 4. I gained 3, I gained 3 again. So, like, I basically gained 10 with this Aethersphere Harvester, which is, like, a good exchange for us, right? You want to try and cast this before their hand's empty? Well, I go to the Invitational in December. I don't know, I need to talk to my wife and confirm the dates that it's on. And if the dates work out that they're not going to line up poorly with anything else that we have going on with the family, I might put up a donation goal, but I definitely don't think I want to spend like $1,000 of my own money to get there. Christy and I are planning to move in the spring, so we're saving up money for a down payment on a bigger house. Or a newer house, I should say. The size of our house we have now is good, but it's fairly old. Does Spicy JAC count as a meme? If so, it's at 100. All right, Nivik, Spicy JAC is coming up next. You crazy, Nivik. I would spend $1,000 of your money though. So I think if the dates work out, that I can do it, I will, what's it called? I will put up a donation goal to get there. You consider pulling scribes from the mill list. Maybe some of them. I can definitely see more controlling cards being good. Micah Mine, thank you for the 5-month free subscription. I appreciate that. The Hollowed Evolution deck is really sweet. I'm excited for that one too. Which one is the Emperor? Anaronics are just in? Yeah, playing Paper Magic was fine. Alright. I guess we cut Dark Confidant, right? Pain Seer, we have a little more control over what it's doing. Honestly, if we just had some Collective Brutality, this matchup probably wouldn't be terrible. But, like, I have to leave in Pain Seer and Thoughtseize against Burn, so I know I just, like, don't have a good board plan for Burn. I'm doing swell. This last weekend was wild. It's the first time that's the best record I've ever had in the Swiss of a tournament. We've started 10-0 before, but 13-0 is kind of absurd. It's got one singleton Collective Brutality. Honestly, I wonder if the lack of Brutality in the deck was a budget restriction. Brutality is kind of an expensive card monetarily wise. The last deck had four brutalities in the 75 with 2 in the main. I mean, this hand's very good, right? One drop. One drop. More Pain Seer's a little medium. If they have an Eidolon on 2, we actually don't have removal for it, which will feel pretty bad. Yeah, this is not good for us. I think I'm actually gonna play Pain Seer on 2 here, because I'd rather block with this than block with my Tidehollow Sculler. This Eidolon's gonna hit us for a lot of damage. Thanks, IRL. I appreciate it. It's a little brutal. So we're going to go to 14. We're going to go to 12. We're going to go to 10 when we cast the spell next turn. If we draw, like, our Miser Brutality, we might be okay here, but I guess 1 mana removal could have also been fine. This Eidolon's dealt 6 to us now. Just, like, getting buried. Maybe their hand is all lands. That would be nice. Another Lingering Souls. Alright, I guess I'm just playing Harvester and then just like hoping for the best here, huh? I got this lucky today with ads. Keep this to your favorite Citrus Supplier deck. Will do. Thank you for the bits, Chubby. Eidolon's now dealt 8 to us. Just like double charm kill us here. All right, we get to take this next one on the play. That one got a little bit out of control because we just like didn't happen to have removal. But I guess we also like don't have that much removal in this deck, right? Like we've got 5, 6, 7 basically. Yeah, the Stream Decker mobile add-on is still having some issues. It's a new addition that they're still working on all the details on. I guess I'm keeping this. Not excited about it, but we are. I think this is a game day promo. I ran pretty bad in games 1 and 3 in the top 8. I ended up drawing all 3 mana leaks game 1 while simultaneously never flipping my Delver. Like, the mana leaks I drew happened before the Delver was in play, and it happened before the Delver was in play, and I drew it off a Nimble Obstructionist trigger. So, like, if my Delver would have flipped, or if I would have just, like, drawn non-mana leak spells, I think I would have been okay game 1. And then game 3... what happened game 3? Oh, I flooded out game 3. I ended the game with, like, 9 lands in play. But that's just how Magic goes. I had a lot of games over the weekend where, like, my opponents flooded out and they died instead. And, like, it sucks that, like, the only match loss I had in the tournament happened when it was during the single elimination portion. But that's just, like, how the cookie crumbles. Like, the fact that, like, when my opponent beat me in the quarterfinals, my record in the tournament was 13-1, and their record was 13-3, but I was done playing. Like, that's just how Magic tournaments are structured. And, like, if you're not okay with that, you just, like, can't play Magic tournaments. And honestly, I'd be lying if I didn't say that that type of feel bad definitely is part of the reason why I stopped playing so much tournament Magic. Like I had fun this weekend and it was great to, like, get out and play a bunch of Magic, but I didn't enjoy that. That's very frustrating on top of the other frustration that Magic tends to have. Like, that's definitely far from the first time I've had a tournament result like that, where, like, you know, great in the Swiss and then you take your first loss in the top 8. And, like, the way Magic prizes are structured too, they're super top heavy. So, like, you know, it's actually, if you get first in one open, it's the same amount of cash as getting 5th through 8th in 10 opens. Like, that's how top heavy those tournaments are structured. So, like, there's very little reward for consistency. Oh, they kept the one-lander. I think I made a comment about us both getting to be embarrassed during the match, because, like, my game 1 draw was very embarrassing with all my counter spells. Like, I just got run over and then he just got run over. Yeah, I heard that there were a lot of Hoaglandia emotes in chat while I was playing, so that was great. It makes my head hurt thinking of, yep. They just suspend a Rift Bolt, yep. Well, that's fine. Anyone who's from Hoaglandia here, you're used to getting timed out, right? You know what to expect. Carl, we are closer to Belcher happening. Thank you for the 2-month free subscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Congrats on the top 8 finish, but this told Sultai Shadow, 10 out of 10. Thanks for the support. The entire chat would be full of pews. That's great. Unfortunately, being successful at anything in life means that there's going to be a bunch of people that dislike you, regardless of how well you present yourself. Yeah, we're pretty dead here. Yeah, I think the Wizards deck is genuinely good. I've played, as someone who's played a lot of really mediocre and underpowered Magic decks in my career, even at tournaments like Kiki Cord and stuff, I think the blue-red Wizards deck with the, the 8 lightning bolts and the extra reach and the Snapcaster Mage, I think it's genuinely well positioned. I think it's an interactive deck that has the ability to be aggressive against a linear deck when it needs to be, and I think there's a big draw to being able to do that. Oh, good games, Burn player. Good luck in the rest of their league. Have I ever played a tiered deck at a paper event? Maybe at a standard tournament once or twice. Maybe. I played Jeskai Geist a couple of times when Dig Through Time was legal. You could maybe argue that that was a tiered deck. The Delver deck's terrible matchups are things like Bogles, Dredge, and Hollowed Vine. Those are ones that I think are so bad that you just like can't fix them without making a lot of other things worse. Oh yeah, I did play some Black Green and Jund Delirium. You are super correct. I don't actually think that deck was that good the more I played it. Like, the people that thought that that deck was good against Bant Company, I think they were pretty off base. Yeah, Blue, White, Red Dragons was never a tier 1 deck, though, Nivik. Esper Dragons was a tier 1 deck. Yeah, and Transient Melody is great. It gives you a way to... It's like a really powerful 2-for-1, and it gives you an answer to cards like Tarmogoyf and Death Shadow that you normally can't kill because they're too big to take off the table except with like 2 to 3 burn spells. Emrakul was busted. I don't think anybody can say otherwise, but Emrakul was a sweet busted puzzle, right? Like, getting able to flip over their hand and, like, figure out what was the best way to dumpster them with their own cards was a fun puzzle. Nobody ever deserves to win a tournament. And I appreciate the sentiment, but I think that's just I think it's a silly idea. I know that the goal with that sentiment is to support me, and I appreciate the support, but I think, like, when people say things like they deserve to win, it's just like, I don't think that's true. Like, the other people in that top 8, they played good Magic to get there. They played all weekend too. Just because, like, you know who I am because I stream and you don't know who they are doesn't mean that I deserve anything any more than they do or any less. Yeah, I should have cut the last sprite from the deck I played in the tournament, but I let nostalgia keep me on it. Yeah, can we just, like, can we all agree that, like, the Jund player that beat Burn and Tron probably deserved it more than anybody else? They worked hard for their trophy, okay? They worked hard for their trophy. Congrats on the weekend. Thank you, BJ Roth, for the 3-month resubscription. I don't think you want to splash a third color in the Wizards deck. I think you so, like, I feel like the people that like I know Overturf was, like, super salty about, like, not being able to deal with big creatures people set on coverage. But, like, you can generally speaking double bolt big creatures when you need to, or just kill them. Like, role assessment is critical. Being able to recognize, oh, I probably am not going to be able to win here if I don't race, and then just, like, taking your removal spells and turning them into race is important. Hey, Zero Forever. And, like, don't get me wrong, there are going to be games where your opponent plays a big creature and you're not in a position to race, and you're going to die because of it. And emotionally, you're going to feel bad, and you're going to be like, well, I should have played Path to Exile, or I should have played Cast Down. But, like, you're going to lose some of those games regardless, I think. I guess I'm playing Bob. I don't think we're in a very good spot here. Coverage names all of the decks, Nivik. If you need to budget the turns, you should just play more blue fetches. Dealer's choice on other blue fetches. I don't think we can win. I guess I could hit removal and get this Aethersphere Harvester down. But like Dahlia makes that harder too. For all the advice you've given for 2.5 years, Radicone, thank you for the 30 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. I don't know about this path, so let's pass back here. So people have been asking, everybody wants to know like how amazing Nimble Obstructionist is. Nimble Obstructionist is just playable. It's not amazing. It's not format breaking. It's not something you all of a sudden need to be doing instead of everything else in Modern. It's just a good playable Magic card in my opinion. I'm gonna chump with Night Market Lookout, I think. Do I want to chump with Bob? I'm gonna chump with Bob. God bless chat commands. Alright, and then we're hoping to just draw a land here so we can play this this Aethersphere Harvester. I actually think Mardu's the better mid-range deck than Jund for what it's worth. Perfect draw. It's definitely a novel effect. Here, for people that are interested in the Nimble Obstructionist won me more games being a 3-1 flash flyer than it did stifling anything. I stifled a number of relevant things over the weekend with it, but the reason why it won me games was because it attacked for 3. The only decks I played more than once during the Swiss were Humans and Storm. I guess I technically got paired against Tron twice, but I didn't play the second time. So, I guess technically, with the matches that I played, I got paired against Humans 3 times, Storm twice, Tron twice. Get my value Night Market trigger in here. I haven't looked at the Nihilist that was in the top 32. The biggest thing that you need to know if you want to play the blue-red deck is that unlike many decks in Modern that I think are playable, your free wins with the blue-red deck are fewer and further between. Your free wins are on the back of like Delver, Flip, and have some remands, and those draws don't happen a ton. While you do get to steal some games and burn some people out, the blue-red deck is playing a lot of cards you need to play very well with because generally speaking, they're not a very high power level. Yeah, the Enduring Idealist is great. I agree. So they're going to attack us for 5 here, probably. That doesn't make sense. That seems like a bad attack. So I get to block and then gain 3 here. Mal Quinn, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. My motivation for going and playing was that Indianapolis is the closest opens get to where I live, and I felt like playing Magic. This might be a bad Thoughtseize. Yeah, that was probably a bad Thoughtseize. Thanks, Flapjacky. Yeah, I'll be genuinely interested to see if, like, my sub count is impacted in a meaningful way. It's going to be a little bit hard to measure because I am unable to stream this weekend. Or I'm unable to stream Thursday, Friday, and this weekend. So, like, taking a 4-day break is definitely going to negatively impact my sub numbers. Well, I guess I might be able to sneak on Friday. Or Sunday, sorry. Well, that's aggressive. This seems wrong. So I'm going to double stack the Pain Seers here. This can eat here. Yeah, I guess I know they have 2 lands, right? No, I know they have 2 lands, right? They just cast this? Yeah, I know they have 2 lands. How do you feel about this? I think I like this. I take 7. One of these dies. I gain 3. I believe you can subscribe with Prime using this link in your mobile browser. Okay, Smuggler's Chapter. Does cost me 1 more. I guess the Bloodsoaked Champions are pretty free attacks. Because I have these Tidehollow Scullers I really don't want to block with to crew if I need to. I think I'm holding this Dark Confidant to loot with. I did not. I've not really looked at any of the results from the weekend. I'm not playing Ghast because I have plenty of things to crew with, and I would like to loot it away, I think. Yep, that is Crew Dirty in. Also remember you need to submit the deck through my Google form. Just so I can keep track of everything. So I don't know 1 card in their hand if they drew. Huh. I think I just stack block this, right? Happened across your stream a couple of weeks ago and put together the blue-red Delver list. Won a box at the local tournament last night. Just want to say thanks for being exhaustive and explaining your card choices while you're streaming. You put up with a lot. Well, thank you for the support, Malaquin. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So I'm going to do this, and I think I'm just going to stack block this. Because then they have to choose whether or not they want to kill my Harvester or my Smuggler's Copter, which is nice. Yeah. I think I like this. This way, even if they have a Thalia's Lieutenant, this only goes to an 8. Really? Oh, they're killing both of these. That makes sense. God, could you imagine if we draw a Path to Exile here? Sad. They left us with a 3/5, though, which is, like, pretty good here, huh? Oh, they named Path. Yeah, you're super right. I'm dumb. Am I supposed to crew this? I think I am, right? I'm going to 8. Yeah, I'm going to crew this and get in there. This has been a sweet game. This deck's got a lot of grind to it. Our burn matchup as constructed is pretty terrible, but the deck in general has a lot of grind to it. Yeah, the what's it called? The Nimble Obstructionist Doombladed a lot of Mantis Riders over the weekend. Doombladed a lot of Mantis Riders with that card. I'm going to throw this into play as a jump blocker. Nah, they have Thalia out most of the time, so it's basically Doomblade. Settle seems fine here. Push is good. Thoughtseize is pretty bad. I guess Celestial Purge is fine here, right? Not only is Mantis Rider pretty annoying, but it also takes Exile Freebooter off the table. I would need to see it, Wub. You can submit it through the forum below as always. Prefer the Churburner bird. Kill him, get him dead. I should probably trim some Bobs here, right? They're pressuring our health total like we looted Bob away that game. Let's do this. Dirty In, thank you very much for the bits. I appreciate that. Sorry, just getting some stuff together. We had to cut the line donation. We'll be playing Spicy JAC in the next league after this one. Thanks, Turan. I think the stand's pretty good. We got Bloodsoaked into Tidehollow into Harvester. This card's just like... This card's like really good in these decks that can crew it. Like this card's really good against these aggressive decks. MG Norman, thank you for the 9 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. What does Cryptolith Right accomplish? What are you trying to do with it? Zero Forever with the $10 donation. You got me far deep into JAC that I had these made to keep track of the triggers. Those are nice. Those are nice looking. Ryu. That's sweet. Get them, put them on the stack to keep track of things nicely. Floyd Summer of 68. Thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Welcome to everybody. Got 1,100 people here already this morning. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a great weekend. If you're one of my regular viewers, please be aware that I'm going to be offline Thursday and Friday this week. I'm leaving for Gen Con Wednesday night. Oh no! They have their own Tidehollow Sculler. So long, Aethersphere Harvester, I hardly knew ya. They brought in Sin Collector? Really? Perfect. Good. Yeah, I need to remember to plug that every so often. I need to take the Rex Sage, right? Because Rex Sage can kill my Tidehollow Sculler. This does let them Meddling Mage one of the cards in my hand, but I think I'm okay with that. How long have I been streaming for today, or like how long have I been streaming for in general? Like how many years? Ugh. Auric Champion's a tough nut. Alright, that's the one Bob that's in our deck, but I think it's worth dropping into play here. We have 3 Path to Exiles in our deck. I can take Auric Champion off the table. We also have a bunch of vehicles. Driving in my car, beep beep. We're playing a weird version of JAC0. Your iteration for my configuration is still in the queue. Someone donated for a very specific version. And yeah, definitely 0. There's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. All right, so we hit Purge for the Kite Sail, which is great because it's going to unlock the Harvester for us. The JAC deck list will be updated on Stream Decker when this league is over. It was a cut the line donation, so it's not in my prepared format. Their Meddling Mage is on Path to Exile again here, though, so... Mondays and Fridays are actually some of my highest viewer counts. We are live to get Sin Collector. You're not wrong. This is our 5th match in this league. This will be the last one with this deck. I did bring in the pushes. We have pushes and a Collective Brutality that can take this off the table. Second Harvester is definitely not a bad pickup. This also lets us twiddle our Pain Seer here. Twitch actually doesn't support in streaming in qualities above 1080. My monitor that I have in the center of my screen here is actually 1440. So I would stream in that if Twitch supported it. No, we're 1-3 in this league. This deck's very bad against burn. The way it's constructed currently, it does not have enough Collective Brutalities. So long, Harvester, my old friend. I feel like we've been in this spot before, chat. I think I'm going to twiddle my Pain Seer to draw an extra card here. Looking for some spot removal. I've got plenty of bandwidth to stream in higher resolutions. Yeah, this deck's almost certainly playable without Bloodghast. Gross. All right. Well, we definitely want to play and flashback this Lingering Souls. Thanks, Persip. I appreciate it. It was quite the insane run, to say the least. And again, I think we're just like hanging out here, and like double Bob's a little scary against an aggressive deck, but like the curve in our deck is like kind of absurdly low, right? So you have Sin Collector plus Mantis Rider, and they get to start deploying these things now. It's nice that Pain Seer is like, Pain Seer is almost better than Bob in this situation. Not only does it have an extra point of toughness, but it also gives us control over exactly how much health we're paying, right? I don't have anything too specific about the match against Jim Davis. I think the Humans matchup in general is pretty close to favorable for the deck that I played over the weekend. I think if they attack with this for 5, I might block Bob plus 3 spirits on it. Colin, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff. Thanks for supporting mine. Yeah, our ability to grind has been kind of absurd so far this league. Well, I got souls, man. I need more souls. It's kind of funny that, like, the card we really want to draw is, like, Night Market Lookout, right? Like, that's a card I'm hoping to draw at the moment. Yeah, Campbell could be good. I definitely want some Collective Brutality, more Collective Brutalities than 75. Campbell seems like a good addition, though. It's hard to race with Kitesail Freebooter in play. I mean, to be fair, the price of Stifled Bird is, like, quadrupled, so... Or it's well on its way to, like, turning into a $2 or $3 rare from, like, the 50-cent rare it's been for a long time. I mean, their health is kind of irrelevant here. Like, we're picking up way more cards than they are every turn. Yeah, this is post-board. I have 2 Fatal Pushes and a Collective Brutality that can take this Meddling Mage off the table. Their hand right now is Sin Collector, Mantis Rider, and then 1 card we don't know. Are they, like, gonna get aggressive here again? I feel like I have way too many things in play. It's like this is gonna be a post-combat Sin Collector. Yep. Donation decks are at the normal amount. There's a Google form linked below the queue. You can click into that to fill it out to submit a deck you'd like to send in. bit.ly/Google submit is a shortcut. Are we playing Vault? That's a good question. We are not. Vault would be kind of absurd here, though. The thing that always surprises me the most after a result at a tournament is how many people have no idea how to look up tournament results. There's so many different ways to find out not only the deck list, but also like how the tournament played out. There's always just like infinite people are like, how'd it go? It's like, well, you could definitely look that up. I think I'm just gonna pass. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass. Well, we found the one humans player that has an adopted militia bugler, I guess. We found the one humans player who has an adopted militia bugler. That feels really bad. That's like the only card they could reasonably play and that could really punish us in a board state like that. It's a little brutal. Moondress, thank you for the 713 subscription. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know that I'm gonna be adding more paper tournaments to my schedule. It was nice to go out and play it. It was sweet to do well, but I definitely still have it's a big cost to play paper tournaments. I have a very aggressive start here. Such a sad number is the 8. Thank you for the 8-month free subscription, Sipmaster. I appreciate it. I think I'm actually just going to Fatal Push this and just get attacking here. You may or may not remember I was the one who predicted a perfect first day. Maybe. Nice, Average Toaster. If we hit a land here, we should be in a pretty good spot. Fatal Push is like second best to a land. I want to offer this trade now because missing the land drop means this is going to be scary. Johnny the Man, thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime support. Welcome. All right, they're down to 13 already, which means that even if they gum the board at this point, the Aethersphere Harvester just like double diddling the night market lookouts every turn here is going to be very strong. Very, very strong. Okay, I've got a snake. If we miss here again and don't find like a path, we're probably going to be too far behind. This is a lot of damage. Okay, sweet. Y'all ready for this? Is it flavorful that the lookout drives the getaway vehicle? I feel like it's a real flavor win that the lookout is driving the car. Does anybody else feel that way? Are we in a... We are basically a bank heist. White source. Get to the chopper! To the chopper! Should I have attacked for 3 there? Maybe I should have attacked for 3 there. Yeah, let's just play defense. I've got these night market lookouts. Just back from vacation and forgot I had also taken today off. Can't wait for some JAC. Turbojet Mega Christ, thank you for the half year support. Welcome back. I didn't cast my lookout because that's an illegal game action and Moto doesn't let you take illegal game actions. It's really annoying in that way. Second Reflector Mage here is kind of a beating. We both have cards that were banned in their respective standard formats. Nothing is fair. Yeah, we do have a lot of health. You're not wrong. You are not wrong in that we have a large health total. And if we rip like a white source, this card just like throws them in a dumpster, right? Nivik, you mentioned the Dallas Open. I'm definitely not going to the team Dallas Open, but the individual Dallas Open might be on the table. Christy needs to work out plans with her girlfriend for that weekend to see if she wants to go and hang out. They're dead, right? I just go idiot, idiot, triple crew, smack you in the air. All right, boys, this is how the game plan's gonna go down. We're gonna get to the getaway vehicles and run them over. Run them over. All right, so we had a fairly unimpressive 2-3 there, but 2 of our losses were to burn. And I definitely think the way this deck is constructed currently, it doesn't have a very good chance against burn, but I think we could very easily change this deck to make that not be the case. I actually really liked a lot of what this deck is doing. I think the core of what it has going on is pretty great. Wub with the $20 donation. There's no comment with that donation, but thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Thanks for helping me help keep me employed here. Johnny, thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime. So things I would do a little bit different. Amari, thank you for the 3 months and welcome back. Take the weekend off and you all came back. Thank you. I think not having a 4th Concealed Courtyard in our black-white mana base of our deck that stops curving out at 3, I think that's probably absurdity. Johnny P, thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime and welcome. I think so. Things I would change. Extra Concealed Courtyards and easy in. I would cut a swamp. I think I would turn these Thoughtseizes into 2 more Collective Brutalities. While it does drag the curve up slightly, I do think having more removal and reach would be a good thing in the sideboard, or in the main deck. As far as the sideboard goes, I think this Settle the Wreckage is really ambitious. Not only is it bad with our Pain Seers and our Dark Confidants, but it's just like hard to cast. Karen Zoo, thank you for the 8-month resubscription and welcome back. And Zepatoid, thanks for the 3 months. I think someone suggested Campbell. I think Campbell's would be a good addition to the deck. Yeah, and I think a Vault over the field is probably not unreasonable. Matt Maddock, thanks for the 5 months. So yeah, I think this many Fulminators is probably silly. I think I would probably play a 4th Damping Sphere and then like 2 Campbells in here. And then we'd probably have a pretty good Storm matchup with these plus Campbells plus like Collective Brutalities. I think the Celestial Purge is kind of silly. I think I'd want just like another piece of actual spot removal. Same thing with this. This could be like another Fatal Push or something like that. Do you get anything from having more people on stream thinking about running an errand? I mean, more viewer numbers is always great. So if you have bandwidth, please leave me up in the background. If you don't have unlimited bandwidth, you know, turn it off if you're not watching. Yeah, Surgical's kind of whatever. But again, at the core, I really like what this deck is doing. I think it's got this kind of sweet, proactive game plan that also gets kind of absurdly grindy between Dark Confidant and Pain Seer and the looting from Smuggler's Copter with cards like Bloodghast and Bloodsoaked Champion. So, it was sweet. This is definitely something I would play again. What are we doing now, though? Now we had a